Good morning. I am your host, Miss V, host of the VMix Radio Show. We are here 11 a.m., 12 noon on Radio on Fire. Get familiar. If you miss any of my shows, go to thevmix.com, go to radioonfire.com, or go to YouTube, okay? We are live and popping. It's very easy to find me. I first want to shout out Jamal G. Shout outs to your new project, Husky Files. I really like it. I really like it because he tells a story. He's very talented, very creative, and it seems like he's very strategic and he put a lot of thought into his music. And you can tell with this project, he actually recorded it live. I think that's so freaking dope. Like he recorded the album.
Brave.
That's right.
That's brave.
It sounds so good. And he's usually with the Gift Band, but he said a few people from the Gift Band, it's called the Collectives. They're actually responsible for the sound. It's very crisp and clear. Please get familiar with Husky Files. It's it's just really a good story. It's really good. Like if I could just sit here and tell you about like what he's trying to say, but find out for yourself. He's on all platforms, Spotify, Apple Music. I don't say Tidal right. Tidal.
Oh, Tidal. I spell it out. Boom.
He's on, I know, right? He's on all platforms, so please get familiar with Husky Files. It's not that serious. It's just take one click, go to his IG page, go to my website. You can find him very easily. He's actually one of the artists that's on my mixtape that I have out right now with the artists that been to the show. So if you want to get familiar with the soundtrack of the VMix, please go to thevmix.com or Audiomat, okay? You get familiar with the artists that been here. Jamal Smith is on Volume 2 of Get Familiar Volume 1. He's on Get Familiar Volume 1, I'm sorry. He was actually on the first volume, and Volume 2 is out now. So go to thevmix.com or Audiomat. That's where I show love to the artists that been to my show. So it's like a soundtrack mixtape for me. Everybody that usually come through here, for the most part, I'm a fan of. So please get familiar. I have pictures. I have my pricing there. If you want to book me as a host, my hosting prices is there as well. Things of that nature. So get familiar with your girl, Miss V, host of the VMix Radio Show. Just go to thevmix.com. All your information is there. I'm running a special right now for $35. Pretty much if you follow, you come through to the VMix, I just feel like I can get you followers, I can get you a good look, promotions, weekly, monthly. So just get familiar with me in my network, and hopefully I can get familiar with your network, and we just network, I think it's very important. Entrepreneurship is very important. So again, shout out to Jamal G, congratulations on your project. Shout outs to my team, everybody who support me, everybody who love me, Comp, Colada, Pen, shout outs to everybody doing that thing as well. House of Diamonds. Shout out to the House of Diamonds. I just was at the pop-up shop. I spent all my money on food. And Carmen was like, "You're not going to buy a picture?" And I was like, Carmen, I ate it. It's gone. I spent all my money. So pretty much she is. But me asking for $35, it comes with our YouTube video. It comes with promotions. I have to pay Diamond K. Okay, so this is a business. I think a lot of people want to kick it with the VMix, but this is a business. I can't do freebies all the time, okay? I have to put back into myself. I have to market. I have to buy pillows. I have to get supplies. So I work full time. This is a business, and I'm hopefully y'all can get familiar with this business, and we can
because VMix is
do
the
our
stuff,
thing.
man.
Thank
you better know about it.
Oh, thank you. I have a lot of endeavors that I'm working on that's coming in 2020. I can't tell y'all yet. I cannot tell y'all yet.
Sneak peek.
I can't tell y'all. She did get a sneak peek. She know a little bit. But enough about me. I just want to say shout outs again to House of Diamonds. I hooked up with Miss Sonia to pretty much highlight very, very, very talented people in the DMV now. It's not no more Baltimore. Even though they love Baltimore.
It's like their own state.
Look, even though they love Baltimore, but the DMV. Because Miss Sonia is now getting... she's plugged. That's my girl. I really enjoy Miss. I would say I ain't gonna say that's my girl. That's my auntie.
That's
I be
auntie.
Auntie
right there.
You gotta have somebody in your corner where you can vent to. You can talk to. It's a peace of mind. It really is. You gotta have a peace of mind. And I think I went to Jamal Smith event in Hip Hop Cleopatra. Shout out to Hip Hop Cleopatra. She's dope. She's killing the game as well. She was just talking about mental health. That is very, very, very important. And I think we sometimes shy away from dealing with what's really going on. You're healthy. You'll be so much healthier if you just get it out. And I think everybody know I say what I need to say.
As you should.
Okay.
As you should.
But all right, enough about me. We need to talk about the beautiful lady that's sitting right next to me.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
I would say, I'm gonna give her this grand introduction, but this woman right here, she gonna give her own introduction. Okay. She gonna tell you who she is, and she gonna tell you all about this book. We're gonna get into a few things.
Yeah.
So, go queen,
man.
Go queen.
So I do a lot. I hope all you guys are having a good day for my kings and queens out here. First, shout out to you. Like I know you do. You create this platform for a lot of artists and a lot of people that's trying to put themselves out there, but you should get like 120% pull back because you didn't have to do this. So for a queen to another queen, you're a very big inspiration to me.
Thank you.
Shout out to the House of Diamonds as well for just having me to be able to connect and do this. So super excited, super grateful. All right, so my name is Diana.
And your energy is live.
Thank you.
Lit.
You know, it's
okay.
always.
I love it.
I
love it when somebody, I'm just, y'all know I'm like this. And I got
we're
somebody
going to make it feel like it's a whole party in
like
here.
it.
So I'm an artist that became a life coach in 2019. I always did life coaching, right? Like a mentor to other people that have been through a lot of things my whole life. But I did get certified this year. Because I was like, okay, that's where the money come at. They need documents. Let's get certified, Diana. You've been doing this for years. Let's make it, legit. So I did over 51 workshops. I've spoke and influenced over 300 people. I performed at the VMA with Raw Poetry Production. Just showing people my artistic way of talking about vulnerability, mental health, emotional health, in a way that people can relate. Because when you put people out there on a platform, they get scared to be vulnerable sometimes. So when I do it in an artistic way, the skills that I have, it's easy to show my gift. So yeah, I do this sun up to sun down, y'all. Like I do online coaching every day around this time, 11 o'clock. I'm on live on my business and I'm dropping some gems. My workshops is every Sunday, every third Sunday at 6 p.m. Maybe a little earlier, but every third Sundays, I talk about different things. Again, anything involving social change. So emotional awareness, mental awareness, spiritual awareness. I get in and I dig deep.
You're a poet.
I'm a poet. I'm a dancer. I am a dancer.
An author.
An author. So my poetry, my dancing literally surrounds what my gift is, and that's helping people get out of a lot of mental and emotional distractions in life, right? Obstacles. So I wrote this book, I Survived. And the reason why I named it EYE, I Survived, is because a lot of people see a lot of things they have encountered but never spoke about. And they think they're victims. And I say victims are dead. You're a survivor. So you just have to survive through a lot of things. Any traumatic experience, whether it's big or small, you're surviving every day. And I talk about how to stop surviving and start living. Because sometimes we can get into this loop of feeling like we have to survive. We just have to keep surviving. No, you don't. You survived already. Now start living. So I created this book to have a deeper connection with the reader on a type of scale where it's like, all right, enough about me. I talk about me all the time. Let's hear your story. So you get to pour your story into my story, and there's blank pages in there for you to pour out whatever you're going through. So by the end of the book, you're finding who you are on a deeper level, and now you got a startup of your own book. So if you ever wanted somebody to know your story, and you like, where do I begin? You just go back into that book, and now you got your pieces of pages. You know? Oh yeah, different questions. I think I want it to be unique because when you're reading a story about somebody's life, you just get their life and that's it. And sometimes it can be triggered for some people.
Very true.
And I didn't want to do that because I've been through a lot, from molestation to being an addict, violence, just growing up in a violent home, violent neighborhood, in a ghetto. I just been through a lot of that.
Well, you said addict of violence.
Yes, statistical type of environment, and growing up as a Puerto Rican that's dark skinned.
I'm sitting next to an Afro-Latina right now.
Okay. It was hard.
That gotta be the topic of today. We're gonna get into Afro-Latina and why it's such a thing that y'all always was.
Honestly,
first of all, she's from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So you will be used to being a lot of dark Afro-Latinas in New York, right?
I honestly haven't met a lot.
What?
So growing up, I didn't know how Puerto Rican I was, I should say, because my mother's side is a lot of dark skin, and because my mother was was an addict and my father wasn't nowhere around, I grew up loving the Jamaican culture. So when I started seeing, like, really being indulged in the Puerto Rican side, I didn't see myself fit. I was told I didn't have the right hair. It was nappy. I wasn't light skinned. I didn't speak. I didn't have the in the Puerto Rican accent. I sound too black, if that makes sense.
Oh, hell yeah, it makes sense.
Growing up, I was bullied a whole lot, and it pushed me away. I wanted to be Puerto Rican, and I fell in love with being Jamaican. So I fell in love with dancehall and raps, and I just loved the whole, because it was more accepting to me than my Latino culture. It was until I had my daughter that I was like, okay, I gotta face my fears and show that I'm really
Carmen is, oh my gosh. She was like, so I got Peyton starting at 5, 10, 8, 15. You know what I'm getting?
Yeah, my daughter, when it comes to like selling her paintings, she would get you real quick, man. Like, I'm your own mom, and you just got me from my pocket. What just happened? But yeah, so
you taught her well. So let's go back.
Yeah.
You from Brooklyn, and now you're in Baltimore.
Yeah.
You've been here, what, 8 years, 7?
I've been here for 8 years, 7-11. Yep, 8 years.
So what made you leave Brooklyn? Because Brooklyn culture, just as the city, or just as our state for New York, y'all are very rich and like, yeah, y'all rap hard.
Real hard.
And you leave and you come to be more that people associated with The Wire, but now you're here, and it seems like, I feel from what I get from your bio and get from you, it's like, I survived. But tell us your story of why you left Brooklyn.
Man, so honestly, if it wasn't for my spiritual mom, a lady, an angel form, I swear, kind of read my story about God see me in a different light. And I'm like, at that time, I didn't believe in God. I lost my parents a month apart. I lost my son. My life was spiraling down. Depression took over me, and I was definitely suicidal. I was a cutter, big time. And I didn't believe in surviving. I was just here. I was very numb, very pilot mode, autopilot, feeling, zoning out. And I hid it with a smile, because when I smile, I brighten everybody else's day. So it was easy to smile and nobody knows the pain I was holding in. But it started to swallow me up really quickly. And this lady hit me up on Facebook and was like, God is telling me some things. I gotta tell you about your life. And I'm like, whatever, lady. Like, this is some religious stuff. What are you talking about? You know, I was very ignorant. And but she read my life to the point where it scared me, because she was right. And I was like, nobody knows me on that kind of level. And it intrigued me to know more about what she know about me without me saying anything. And kind of find out she was the wife of my daughter's grandfather. And I was like, wait, what? In Baltimore? And I was like, I knew about her grandfather. That's her father's father. You know, I knew a little bit about their side of the family. And she was like, you just come down here for Thanksgiving. And I came down here for Thanksgiving just to, have Carmen meet that side of the family. I went up to New York again for like 30 days. So the difference was like, they accepted me. I was so alone in Brooklyn. In Brooklyn, you have to have a hard face. You can't show weakness, and it makes you do a lot of things you might regret. Here, nobody knew me. I can just restart. And everybody was very like, let me just help you. And I'm like, what? They don't do that. What are you talking about, And so I fell in love with Baltimore. The first thing I fell in love with Baltimore was the broken houses. I felt like it was a representation of me. Like, I lived on Garrison and thought that was a life. And they told me, Garrison is crazy out there. And I was like, but y'all have houses. I see potential in here. In Brooklyn, there's projects that's gated. Once you go in, it's hard to come out.
Smile real hard,
So I was just like, I don't know. Baltimore accepted me in a way Brooklyn didn't. And it was crazy. It's crazy. I could unravel myself in Baltimore, and the art scene freed me.
Fire! Everybody is so talented. My homegirl Kalila was like, V, you just be sitting there people like this.
It's so easy to just
run into a celebrity.
Do something, and people would just be like, oh, you do this? I want to know more about that. Brooklyn, you got to know somebody. It's not easy to say, I got a talent. They'd be like, so what? What else? Here, I got a talent. Let me see. And so you just get this type of different love. And I love Brooklyn to the day I die, but it was a different love Baltimore showed me, and I was like, oh, I'm never leaving.
Y'all hear that? For everybody be talking smack about
it's
V
crazy
more.
because I like the gut. I like
up.
the damaged stuff because that's where you find diamonds at. You know,
Absolutely.
It's precious. So that's what caused me to stay.
Oh, this is so cute. All right, so Miss Sonia Speaks. How did you meet Miss Sonia Speaks?
That's my auntie.
And now you're a part of House of Diamonds.
Listen, I'm gonna be real. I don't even know when exact day I met her. I just know I was in House of Diamonds for something, right? My memory is trash. I think after 30, something goes wrong.
I don't even remember.
Carmen said, V, I don't remember neither. So it's just like she's been there the whole time.
It's crazy. But so I think I was there for an event or something. I don't know. But I know when she spoke, it was very like, listen to me. I can help you. It was so genuine. It was so like I knew her for years and I only met her that day. Like, you know how you meet that person, like if they hug you, you want to cry. Her words was like hugs. It was very just very moving. And I told her, I was like, my mother's spirit is around you, boy, because for some reason I don't like listening to anybody, especially what I've been through. But you make me want to listen to you. She was like, well, everybody call me auntie. You know, you just come, get something to eat. And if you want to just stay here for a minute, you know.
Is they cooking today?
Listen.
Are y'all cooking today?
Let's Trey. Let's add stuff. Get stuff.
Deshaun.
Yeah.
I know I owe your daughter a painting. She looking at me like, you ain't get this painting. That food was so good.
But yeah,
so
man.
you meet Miss Sonia. Was I Survive as a book or business out yet? Like, when did you kind of, you coming from Brooklyn, you in Baltimore, you fall in love, you have the support of your child's father's family now, the support of House of Diamonds. How did I Survive? Because this, everybody ain't familiar.
Yeah,
everybody don't get familiar with this I, okay?
Listen.
So how did I survive? How did you?
So honestly,
you wasn't scared.
It wasn't.
This was gonna go over people's head.
Mm-mm.
All right, go ahead.
Not at all.
All right. I'm gonna be quiet. I had so many questions in one.
Go ahead, please. So honestly, I Survive was me. It was an easy way to talk about my testimony. It was an easy way to get people attention. When they say EYE, let them think. What's your perception on it? Because what is the perception of reality, really, right? It's based on either what you've been surrounding yourself around or what you've been woke from, right? So I wanted people to question that, to what does that mean? Then I can tell them my story. I'm just like you. No matter how we look on the outside, I'm just like you. Me and you have something relatable, and that's pain. And me and you can have something else relatable, and that's love. So let me tell you about my story. So it started off like that, where I'll just go on the mics, go at events, and talk about my story. Put it in poems, put it in my dancing. Let people know and understand who is Diana and what does I Survive mean. And then I wrote a book, and I was like, I could just talk about this. And so I poured on there, and it caused me to be just really practice self-awareness. People don't understand what self-awareness really is. It's more than just aware of who you are. It's aware of the things you do, any toxic patterns, behaviors, who you're surrounded with.
It's like you gotta religiously.
It's a lifestyle.
Be aware of yourself.
It's a lifestyle. It's not a check off list. It's not a routine. It's not a once in a blue do a self care. It's a lifestyle. You have to be aware of the things you put in your brain. That third eye you talk about. That's the sense most people say woke. When you're woke, I really think it's just really aware of the things that's been not talked about. So your feelings, the things you don't want to talk about, got to be talked about. The things you are acting or being when nobody's around, that has to be talked about. The friends that have friends that determine their character, that has to be talked about. And self-awareness is big. So if I rock with you, I know you good peoples because you rock with Sonia. I rock with Sonia because she's good people. So I'm aware. I'm aware of my surroundings. I'm aware of my environment. I'm aware of how I speak, what I think, what I listen to every day, how I eat. So it's very...
See, people forget about fasting. They think it's really about food. It's from people.
When
it's
people
from
hear fasting, they think religion.
Yo, you do not need to share this police brutality. Stop sharing that shit. I just had a whole moment. Stop sharing that shit.
I honestly feel like when you share stuff like that, now my mind, there's two different sides of it right now. I don't share it. Diana, I cannot share that shit. I definitely understand, right? And this is how I think. I always think broadly. I can't really go off of just feelings, because I have to think of who's the person that's sharing it, right? Who are you? What you're doing for the community? What makes you feel like this? Because sometimes people share off of emotions.
People that's not doing nothing for the community, sharing
because
shit.
because it's emotions, and they probably don't even consider it. I had someone ask me. They told me. I said, we need more leaders out here. Someone said, yeah, I cannot wait for someone to step up the plate.
It's a lot of leaders out here.
And it tripped me out, because I was like, you could have been one. Never wait, right? Never wait for, we need leaders out here. Who's gonna step to the plate? The moment you say that is the moment it shows your character. You don't even see that you or anybody behind you can be a leader.
So you said that people that, okay, all right, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
She's so dope.
Thank you, boo.
So dope. Oh, God.
So you just have to really.
So you was already dancing.
Yeah.
I get you were already a poet
Yeah.
prior to coming to Baltimore, and it just kind of came to. Give me the word.
Cultivated.
Yeah, it
came into fruition.
So the book came after. So
Yeah.
how soon? What year was this? Is very fairly new?
Yeah, this is very fairly new. This is like this year.
This is this year. Okay.
This is this year.
This is this year.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you so much. Thank you so
Congratulations.
much, love.
So how long did it take to get you as a poet, as a dancer? Because I know that all inspires your writing too.
Yeah. How long did it actually make me put in a book? I procrastinated because I was scared. I was scared people. I didn't know what would come out of it. And then I listened to Will Smith, and it was like, yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to face fear head on. And so...
I couldn't go for a Jada Pinkett.
You know,
You feel me?
I wish I had Jada Pinkett money.
You feel
I
me?
money for Jada if you watching.
That. You just
You know what I mean?
gave, you
just
definitely
stand
gave
next
me
to you.
Jada. Okay, all right.
But I definitely was like, I need to put my story. People need to see this. And it started off with me not even wanting to sell it.
What?
When I told Sonia was like, what are you talking
Well, you
about?
cannot be
I
with
was
them.
like, I want to give it to people on the street. I want to give people in the shelter. It was like, money was the last thought.
That's me too.
It was
That's
more
me too.
like,
I'm over
I
giving.
need people to see that they can just survive this, And then it was like, all right, let's make money now,
So your relationship with the Most High.
Oh, man.
You said you didn't believe him at
That's
first.
my best
or wasn't
friend.
feeling him at first.
I really wasn't. I really wasn't.
So what was you not feeling about the Most High?
The pain. I didn't know there's blessing in pain. People are looking for blessings to be in a pretty present and nice bow and say, here, I'm gonna bless you. Really, the blessing is in the pain. I'm talking about deaths. It's been times where I cursed him out. Like, my mom, then my father, what the hell? What did I do wrong? And then a couple of years, my son, and then a couple of years, my grandfather, and then a lot of my friends. I tell myself I died a couple of times in my lifetime because I just went through so many just depression, anxiety, stress, and different types of levels in my life. And I was like, when I'm getting a break, sometimes people feel like they're breaking, but really they're just bending into an origami shape that he's going to make you into. So I had to realize the pain. I was like, I don't like it. Nobody likes the pain. They don't like the heat. They don't like the pressure because they feel like they can never get out of it. They don't see the results until I realized it wasn't for me to see. It wasn't for me to understand. It was for me to go through and see what are you trying to show me. So I had to be quiet in my pain and be like, okay, I'm gonna stop complaining. I'm gonna pull out everything you say. You promised me out of this pain, and every time I shut up, he always showed me that he was in control. And so I had to give it to him.
He is so in control.
I had to.
The Most High is so strategic. He is
showed
excellent.
me,
he is
look,
oh
messages,
my God.
man. People would come to me, and people would come to me and go, so are you just Christian? Are you? I said, listen,
Spiritual baby.
I'm just spiritual. I will pray. I will grab some crystals. I will be like, okay, God, the universe, whatever loves on me. But who saved me? Yeah, it was God. Do I rep Jesus? Yes, I do rep Jesus. But would you see me with crystals around my neck? Sure, indeed. Why? Because spiritual is everything. Spiritual is everything. You hug a tree, that's spiritual.
Oh.
Does it mean that you are a crazy person that believes in trees? Maybe, but who cares? That's something that's created this faith that's keeping you alive. You know, so that's how I kind of live my life. And now me and God, he my homeboy.
I love
He my homeboy.
I know my followers or my people on Facebook be like, this V and this Most High. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get familiar.
Yeah.
It'll change your life.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's my homeboy,
All right.
man. He saved me through a lot. So yeah.
So you have a daughter.
I do.
She's a painter. We're gonna bring her on in a sec.
Oh,
Okay.
that's what's up.
But she's now an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Was it easy or hard growing through, and she's watching you?
Yeah.
And were you afraid of her judging you? Like, how did I survive in your relationship with Miss Carmen? How did that go?
Honestly, it was tough because I was an angry, violent mom. Not towards my daughter, towards everybody. And I felt like I had to protect her from everybody because of what I went through growing up since 5. So from 5 to 2013, I've been always struggling, you know. So I felt like I had to protect my baby. And she's seen a lot. She's seen my bad days and my good days. And most mothers, or parents rather, are afraid to show their kids their bad days. They feel like they might be a bad mom. And me, I wasn't. I was like, my mom always hid her pain. I'm going to show you mine. So you won't feel like you have to hide yours. And we can go through this together. And she actually saved me. She saved me from a lot. The moment, I'm talking about in the bathroom, about to take my life out, she'd knock on the door randomly. And I'd be like, yeah, Carmen. And she'd be like, Mommy, can you come out and can we do it? And I'm like, all right. To me, that's a sign. At the moment when you about to give up and something happens, it was like, oh, I'm supposed to stay here. I'm supposed to stay here for her. So and then when I lost my son, I went down a rabbit hole again, and she pulled me out like, we can still talk to him. Her spirit is like, the things she say, I had a hard life, and she was around that. And sometimes kids are affected by that, right? It was like it did something different. She's more of this like, angel. I want to hug you. I want to make sure you're okay. I'll sing to you. We'll play fun games. I'll tell you how awesome you are. And I didn't teach her that yet. So it was like, who are you? And God, thank you. You know? So I dedicated myself to her like, I would never, ever go back like that because you pulled me out. And I tell her all the time, like, you saved me. She goes, I saved you, right? You did.
She better rub it in like, oh, can I get this because I saved you? So.
You did save me. And she's very humble about it. It's a gift. And I won't say a curse, but sometimes it can be hard because she doesn't get to have social, like a social lifestyle with kids like her age, because they don't think like her. Kids 12 years old are doing a lot of different things.
Except a few from the House of Diamonds.
A few. Oh, yeah, a few from the House of Diamonds are. They listen, a few. All of them.
Oh, okay. That's what I wanted to say.
They are amazing, right. But there are some kids that she met
mm-hmm.
in Woodlawn and Dogwood that had really hard environments, and they don't see the world like she sees it. She sees the world like butterflies and rainbows. It trips me out sometimes. And I'm just like, and I'm a hard mom, like, I got tough love you. I got to make sure you right when you grow up.
She connected to this.
Oh my God, she's an indigo child. She's really an indigo child for real. And it just amazes me. It creates me to be silent sometimes. And I'm like, okay, you're going to teach me.
You keep saying something about your son.
Yeah.
Did you want to talk?
Oh, yeah. I got to talk about this. I just did a walk, a celebration with a queen that does loss awareness. I didn't know it was in October, but October 14th is the Lost Infant Awareness thing, just like breast cancer and just like domestic violence. But sometimes get overshadowed because of those two main events. But my son had trisomy 18. And I found that out. I'm going to tell you what it is. I found that out when I was 4 months pregnant. Here's how God worked. When I got pregnant, it wasn't planned. It was really in a bad situation. I honestly was sleeping when I got pregnant. You can take that as you want. I don't want to say too much. But I was sleeping when I got pregnant. And I found I was pregnant. And I was already in a domestic violence situation. And I was like, I can't bring another one into this. Like, I'm afraid. And I didn't believe in abortion, but I was so out of it. I was like, I gotta just not have this one. I've been through so much already. So I went to an abortion clinic, and I'm telling them my story, and I'm just ready to, like, you know, and they go, okay. And then within like 10 minutes, I find out that they're not an abortion clinic. They portray themselves as abortion clinic on Google, but they're really our advocate to save young young girls that's going through this. And I was like, wait, what?
That's
It was
kind
like,
of cool. I would
Listen.
say, I'm sorry, but
listen, they talked to me, was like, we just portray ourselves to get kids in here to let you know we can provide for this, and this, and you don't have to go that route. I started crying, like, what in the world? And the lady told me I was gonna have a boy. She said, I don't know, but something, you're gonna have a boy. And I was like, oh, it's too, okay, ma'am, it's too early to determine. And in 2 months, I was in the domestic violence shelter that helped me get back on my feet. And I found out I had a boy. I was gonna have a boy around 5 months. And they told me I had 4 or 5 months. They told me I had trisomy. He had trisomy 18, which is you're born with an extra chromosome. So usually it's like two.
Right.
He had 3 in one of the on the 18th chromosome. So it was basically saying he won't be able to walk, swallow, be anything physically, activity, nothing. He would just be wheelchair forever, right? And it's a 99.1 chance that he would come out stillborn. And I was like, well, God already showed me I'm not supposed to abort him, so we gonna hold him until he's ready to go. And it was a very emotional journey because I had to still be mommy while in a shelter for my daughter, and I had to be strong for the baby in me that might not live long, right? And so I prayed during the pregnancy, pushing out, praying. And he came out breathing, which shocked so many doctors because it was like 6 of them telling me like, no, he's not gonna make it in. You might just go crazy, so we're here, if anything, like 6 doctors. And I was like just crying and letting the people, like letting everybody know on the hospital bed, like, yeah, I already know you're a fighter, you know. But he lasted for 2 months. He definitely fought for 2 months. He never got to get out the hospital, and that was sad for me because the only time I got to hug him was the day he passed. He was hooked up to machines, but he was a fighter though, and she got to see him. We snuck him in the hospital, so she could see her brother. She was 2. She still remember, which is crazy. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that was definitely that was a moment for me that I didn't think I was gonna do. I became numb for a whole year. People was asking me, why you not crying? Why you not? It was like, it didn't happen. Until that year ended, I broke. I processed pain on a delay scale because it was a defense mechanism that I've seen in my family. You don't process pain while it's happening. People might see you. You process pain after. So that's how I dealt with that. And then it took me 2014 to talk about it. And when I talked about it, I didn't shut up. I talked about it, reached out, got it all out. Like, you know what? It's never going to be easy, but it's a healing journey, a forever healing journey. And I'm just happy. I found out that a baby that's born before a loss is called sunshine baby. I know you heard of a rainbow baby, babies that's born after a loss. Any baby that's born after you lose one, it's called a rainbow baby. Any baby that's born before you lose one, it's called sunshine baby. So my daughter's a sunshine baby. So I was like, all right, it's not meant for me. I was in a really bad situation, but he went the right way. So,
aw,
yeah.
But you're in love now.
I am in love. I am in love.
And you have, it's okay, we get into,
Listen.
you are with a woman.
I am with a woman.
Did that affect you? Did you, now that you're with a daughter, does that affect your relationship with your daughter? Now that you're with a woman,
Yeah.
does it, excuse me, y'all. Now that you're with a woman, did you want to bring that around, Carmen?
No, I didn't.
Like, did that stifle your relationship? Did that make it feel like y'all happy?
Honestly,
y'all don't know, I can tell. But how did you maneuver this? Like,
I had to have control of everything to make sure she wasn't affected by it. And when I say affected, it's not like a bad thing. I'm talking about just like in our environment, right?
Healthy.
Yeah.
You want healthy.
So
transitioning.
I was when I dealt with, I was always into girls since I was younger, always. But it was a bad look around. It was either sexual or you don't know what you want. You know what I mean? It was like it was a game.
What's the word? Seasonal, what? Not seasonal.
Yeah,
like, oh, it's a temporary
you're going through
thing.
a phase. You know, yeah. And I was like, yeah, nah, I don't think so, but okay, you know, because I still like guys, but I was more interested in females. And the first guy was her father, and then I was like, all right, let me try a girlfriend, because I always like just had little flings, not really, you know, a consistent relationship. And I had one female around her, And I was like, I shouldn't have did this because what mom did to me. You know, I don't think what my mom did made me like girls, but I knew so many strangers. I just kind of developed so many different personalities that I didn't know who I was. So the first time I had a girlfriend, I felt like I did it wrong. Because it was just like, oh, I'm in my girl, you know, I got a girlfriend, look, Carmen. You know, I was young. I was 19. 20. I wasn't, you know, really understanding what you're supposed to, what's the boundaries. And then when I came down here, I was like, yeah, if I'm in a relationship, you ain't gonna see my door for a long time. We're gonna make sure this is a foundation. This is good. Your spirit is good. You're into God like I'm into God. Gay or not gay, you know, we gonna make this work. And she just, I don't know. They both Capricorns. They clicked before.
You kind of was
You
okay
know,
with it. Like, you was like, they clicking. I gotta.
Yeah,
okay.
you know, and Carmen would just be like, I like her. And I realized they had more similarities than anybody else I ever been with. It was so easy transition. I never told her, what's my girlfriend? This is my friend. We never did anything affectionate. I wanted it to see how it looked from the outside in. How does my daughter feel? What was her thoughts? And she be so open. She asked me questions. Mommy, why you don't like guys no more? Why are you into girls? How do you feel about the girl you with now? How do you think our relationship gonna be? Because I had to create that communication. So she was giving it to me. You know, kids would ask the craziest things, and I was like, all right, we're gonna do this full blown, but we're gonna do this when everybody's on together in the same room. And at first it was awkward because it was like my daughter had some blowing questions, and then it was easy because we already had a friendship established between them two. And she just loved like hard. Like, you know how sometimes you're like, all right, it's my daughter, you know, you be protective. And she'll be like, all right, so I'm taking Shorty to Barnes and Nobles. And I'm like, okay, all right. Because I still got that mommy. What time you going to take her? You know, you going to bring her back. And not saying I don't trust her, but I'm just so protective. That's my baby, right? And she just loves on her. And I love her a lot. She's very laid back and chill. I'm hype. I'm in your face having a conversation.
I met her. Thank you so much for coming to the back to school event.
Because
we was having technical difficulties. As much as I be like, I couldn't handle she came in and was like, look, this is what we doing. I was like,
this is how you bring the attention. This is how you had to have a loud voice. No problem.
You came through the back to school event.
That was
amazing.
Again,
thank you. Shout outs to Franklin Square's Salvation Army Boys and Girls Club. Get familiar with them. They actually have an after school program as well. So get familiar with Mr. Dave at 410-728. I think it's 4888. But thank you for my book.
No problem, Queen.
Let's break this down real quick. Yeah. How long did it actually take you? Who are you published through? Like, if somebody's looking at Miss Diana, bathroom is this way beautiful. Go, if you need the bathroom, go straight on. Because I think this is something that I'm very interested in. Like, for the person that's as busy as I am.
Yeah.
Tell us your how. Like, your how.
So, when I first started, the first thing I did was ask all the authors around me, what did they do? What was different? What was the challenges? You want to use the people that's around you that are authors. And if you don't know, get yourself familiar with groups with authors. And I specifically wanted Black authors. I wanted to know what was their obstacle, what were their challenges, and how did they do it. As far as editing and everything. And then I wanted to experience myself. So I got their experience, but I was like, I want to learn how to do everything myself. I want to see all the hiccups and experiences. So it took me about a year. First because I procrastinated because I had so many other things going on. I would start and then I'll stop and start. And then I realized before trying to write a book, have a visual of the result of the book. And when I started realizing how I want my book to be, like, to end it,
I like it.
To have the results, I like me too. It made the beginning easy. Like, if I already saw my book, felt my book, know how I want to read the results of my book, it was easy to do the beginning. So I was like, let me looked up some sites on Google, different sites. I'm like, okay. And I saw lulu.com, and I liked it because the instructions to write the book was talking to me like if Carmen can read it and be like, oh, okay, step 1 to, A to Z. So I went on lulu.com and I followed the instructions. The first thing I did was just write it out. Type it out, write it out, revise how I want it to sound like. I spoke to an editor that's cool with, the name slips me, but that's cool with the guy Mike John. He's definitely a photographer, videographer. He's amazing, and I got cool with one of the videographers there who does editing. So we met up and we talked about the book, and he was like, "I love it. Now make it sound like you." He's like, "Because I know you're trying to make it sound like something like a book's supposed to, but make it sound like you." And he should have never told me that, because I was like, "Say no more." I was just, it just was like, "Oh, sound like, I could, okay." I didn't know I could be a freelance writer. I thought there was so many rules, but the way you want people to see you, you be yourself. You stand in your truth. So I started writing it, and then I created the cover myself, took my photos.
Me and you, right?
Yeah, that was the good days. Yeah, good days and bad days. The good days is when she draws on the wall, and because she was artistic as well, and she wasn't high. The bad days is when she's high. She's like Jekyll and Hyde. It's very scary. So I had to put up the me of hiding this. I had a lot of pain. That was my pain. I get to release. That's me pretending I'm okay. So, yeah.
And this is you.
That's me now, you know? You know, you can do it. People think writing a book is so much work, and it is if you allow it. But if it's your passion, it's never work.
I like you.
Yeah.
So, what would you tell yourself, you now,
Okay.
author you,
Okay.
dancer you, because I know you got some events coming up, right?
Yeah, nothing with dancing.
Poetry, any poetry events?
Poetry and life coaching.
That's coming up.
Yeah.
We're going to get into that.
Yeah.
What would you tell yourself in 2010? You now, what would you talk to yourself in 2009, 10, 11 and say?
Honestly, I know it's like cliche.
Don't be cliche. Don't be cliche, but be cliche. Do whatever you need to say. Just say.
Keep surviving. And
Keep surviving.
And don't get mad at what you did, because that was a defense mechanism. The brain sometimes protects itself in different ways. Your protection was maybe taking a pill, drinking, smoking. You did anything to try to not go all the way out. You know, even when you tried to, it didn't work. So thank you for surviving. Just keep surviving.
Dope.
Yeah,
Dope. Why is it important to be an entrepreneur?
It's important to be an entrepreneur, honestly, because you get to make your rules. You're not succumb to someone else's rules. You're not going against 9 to 5s, right? But
We can talk about 9 to 5.
because I really congratulate anyone that can pull that off and still do their own thing, or
Thank you.
aren't able to do their own
I'm
thing,
trying.
but busting their behind with different jobs, because it's not easy. However, being an entrepreneur, you allow your truth to be told within your vicinity. You're not just paying a bill and becoming a robot to someone else's organization. You're not a number. You're somebody. You're something. And there's so many more outlets. You don't have to have a degree to become an entrepreneur. You can actually just do and connect with the most phenomenal people there is, and it's just so much more outlets as an entrepreneur. You're free. I feel like this free feeling of, I have control with X, Y, and Z, and there's people that look like me that's going through the same thing. Where 9 to 5, all they talk about is, don't like my job. Staff's on my
Policy and
nerves.
procedure.
Policy and procedure. Code of conduct. Like, I gotta act like this. Can't be like this. Can't be too loud. Can't wear a wrap. Can't have dress. Can't. It's so many fit in a box. The entrepreneur is like, what box? I don't belong in no shape.
Absolutely.
So that's why it's very important. I love it. I love the ups and downs. I'm a roller coaster girl, so
I like you.
It's cool.
So, you have endeavors coming up as a life
Oh
coach.
my gosh, I got so much coming up. Yeah.
Come on, let's drop this.
All right, listen, I had to bring this book because I was like, I might just forget.
She is so, I got to answer on her schedule.
I have to make sure I'm organized. So, all right. So, check me out. Definitely. October 20th, tomorrow, is my workshop. The title is your perception on reality versus the construction of your mind. So it'll be talking about self-awareness, self-regulation, just understanding how our environment and community shape us, and what the social change really mean when it comes to our perspective on reality. That will be happening at 12 p.m. on my business page on live. EYE_survived_VIIG. That same day, I'll be going to... Hey, beautiful, come on.
Sorry, y'all.
That same day, I'll be going to Busboy and Poets. They are having something in Hyattsville. Shout out to Poet Life Academy.
Hey.
Oh my God, they're amazing. They do a lot of things with the youth. We're doing a White Affair. The host is Orville the Poet. If y'all know him, he's amazing. If you don't, check him out. We'll be doing a fundraising event for childhood cancer. We're fighting cancer with poetry. So the kids are sponsored. Carmen will be there. If you have a kid, bring them. They are free. And the tickets are only... Do I have that on here? $15, I believe. If I'm mistaken, if it's not 15, check Poet Life Academy. Check on my page or go to Orville the Poet's page on Instagram. They'll have all the information there. October 24th, I am being honored by Women in Business International.
Hey, shout out to Shakira.
Yo, thank you, my love. Thank you so much. I'm super excited about it because she told me somebody anonymously nominated me.
Wonderful.
And I was
That's
like,
so cute.
who is it? She was like, I can't tell you. And I was like, okay. She was like, just come to the gala center and we want to give you an award. And I was just like, what? She was like, for doing your thing, for being a woman in business. And that sisterhood just makes me like, So that's happening.
Congratulations, Queen.
Thank you, my love. That's from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. That's $15. The $15 early bird tickets end today. So hit me up. And I got
right
you.
now.
I have
Y'all
a
hear
link.
her?
All right, it's $25 at the door. Definitely come and support. Shout out to HOD and all my supporters. If y'all definitely want to come through, do that. October 26th, I'm supporting another fundraiser for young moms furthering their education. So that's by Annatrice House. You can look them up on Instagram. They're doing, me and Carmen doing a duo. So we'll be performing poetry there, and that's supporting young women from 16 to 25 to further their education. The reason why we do this fundraiser, I didn't know, because I've been through it, where there are young kids that started school, and if they get scholarships, it's great, but once they get pregnant, those scholarships get taken away. And I didn't know that, so that causes them to drop out and have to now do that. And I was like, wait, what? So Annatrice House really definitely create this platform and program for young moms.
Oh, I love it!
It's amazing. The last thing will be November 3rd. Shout out to Vision to Life. All right, Sarah Wallace, I love you so much. Shout out to you. She helped me get on this platform. They're doing this thing, Invisible Majority Program Intent. That'll be held in Inner Harbor. That's on November 3rd. I'll be speaking on a mental health panel at 4 p.m. That's right, Barnes and Nobles, between Barnes and Nobles and Aquarium, like right there.
That's so dope.
It's so amazing. So shout out to them. That'll be happening. I want y'all to come out. There'll be authors, Truth the Poet be there. Just a lot of amazing.
Truth, shout out to the Truth.
Yo, a lot
She's
of
so
amazing.
litty.
Man,
I gotta go
listen.
to one of her showcases with herself.
Yo, they have something going on at Goucher College in February. Definitely hit her up. They definitely doing
They got
that
something
thing.
in February coming up?
Yep,
All
at
right,
Goucher
okay.
College. So that's all the things I'm dealing with. Y'all want to know more, because there's always a lot
Come
more.
on, that's what you're here for.
It's a lot of stuff. So again, my workshops. My daughter does this it's like a after school program. Yep. Good. Talk about your business, boo.
Hi, Carmen. She's an artist. She's the one that was like starved to death by my art. So I'm only playing. Only playing. She has beautiful art. You can actually promote it. I think you can promote that yourself, can't you?
Yeah, I promote it on Instagram.
What's your Instagram name? You gotta give them all your information.
All your information.
My Instagram name is Carmen the Great. Yeah, Carmen the Great 0707 basically. You want me to tell you about my
Give it to me. Tell me about your inspiration. Did you always like to paint? Because it sounds like your grandmother liked to paint. Mm-hmm. So it seems like you got her gene. Mm-hmm. So did you always like to paint, or did mommy or somebody bring it out of you?
I don't know. I think I started off by looking at people paint, and it was just like so cool how they did it, and I wanted to do it, and I wanted to express my feelings that way too, just in case one day I didn't feel like telling mommy how I felt.
Oh,
All right, Jody.
so besides being a artist, you are a poet as well,
Yes.
or a motivational speaker. What else do you do?
I do poetry. I paint. I have an after school program.
What's that called?
Dear by child.
So tell us about Dear by Child. You said Dear by Child.
No, dear black child.
Dear Black Child.
Yeah. All kids could come, but mostly kids my skin color aren't interested in reading books. So I want to bring that back out and just let them know that books can be fun to read.
I agree. I love reading growing up. I still love reading. I still read. I think I want to come. So you have any events coming up?
No, not yet.
Okay. So if I wanted to get a painting from you, I go to your Instagram and DM you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Good. So you going to be at another House of Diamond event? Probably.
Yeah, probably, maybe.
And who styled you today?
Who styled you, girl? Who did your fashion?
Me.
She's like, wait, what? Me?
You styled yourself?
Yeah.
You might as well just go into business. Doing this. I'm just saying. This
Then
is
she
so
stepped out the
cool.
bedroom. I was like, what's going on?
Can I try this on, please?
Okay.
Look.
Oh, snap.
You feel me?
Look, okay. Okay, sis, I see.
This is so cute. I so would have had these if they was out. Y'all was slow walking all out fashion for real. I would have wore this. They all late. Oh, I'm sorry, but it looks so pretty on you. I'm sorry. I ain't mean to bother you. All right, so drop your Instagram one more time for us.
Carmen the Great, 07.
Okay, and that's
Underscore.
so y'all have an event coming up together.
Yeah, that's the October 26th, a fundraiser for the young moms. We're going to do a duo where I talk about my journey of going to school and realize I'm pregnant and can't go to school no more. And this poem is very emotional because I'm mad at her. And she stops me and tells me about myself. So I'm super excited about it.
I need to be there, don't I?
Yeah, I'm super excited. I would love for y'all, for anybody that's watching, to really come. We definitely need the support. You can donate clothing, any household items for these young women.
Some stuff.
It's amazing.
I have some
it's
stuff.
amazing. So I'm super excited, and there's more to come next year. May 2020. I'm bringing a community give back. Thanks to Sonia Speaks for inspiring me to do this. A community get back into the old hood I came from.
You going
in
to New
Brooklyn.
York?
I'm going to New York.
I think I'm gonna go up there with y'all.
I'm bringing Truth. We got Blue the Poet. We got
coming?
Yeah, you coming, of course.
She's like, woo!
We got a lot of different amazing artists coming up there. Sweets coming.
Dope.
To shed some
Cookies.
light. So Baltimore meets Brooklyn. I'm
I like
excited.
that.
Yeah.
I think I might roll with y'all.
That'd be dope.
And get
That'd be
we
dope.
get some footage out there. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be amazing.
Sweet
I'm excited.
tea, 365. Them
Yes.
cookies be lit. I'm sorry.
Banging.
I spent all my money. Shout out to Def, Deshaun, DJ.
Oh, his food. Listen.
Chef Deshaun, right?
Yeah, Chef Deshaun.
All right,
Chef Deshaun.
that egg roll.
It was like a
Those chicken
Chinese...
tender.
Look at
Those noodles. You got me in trouble with Carmen and Eden's Garden because where my money went at.
the money.
I want all the food. Fat Daddy's Lemonade.
But it was good. Oh,
It was
yeah.
so
Oh,
good.
yeah.
So what do you listen to? What's your playlist? How you get motivated? How you get lit? Like, what you listen to? Like,
Hype
you
music?
trap music?
Nope.
You not trap?
Nope.
Jill Scott,
I'm different.
Badu.
I'm more like Erykah Badu,
She
chill,
more-
and Jamaican. She hears a lot of dancehall, sun up and sun down. Honestly, I'm everywhere.
You
From
everywhere.
rock and roll, country.
Okay.
I love music. Music is
Absolutely.
a
It's like a
language
soundtrack, right?
that anybody relate to, really. So it's definitely, I just like
You
music.
listen to everybody.
Yeah,
All right,
I might feel a little gangster a little bit.
And put,
You know, put Jay-Z. That's I feel like that's a real artist right there. Or trap with maybe Cardi when nobody watching.
How you stay inspired with your poetry, dance? Now that you're an author, you're a mommy, you have a beautiful daughter. Like, how you stay motivated?
Honestly, I just submerge myself in God. I know
I
that's
love
like
him. No, it's not cliche.
I
Everybody know you know.
have
I be
to,
like, most high, most
because
high.
sometimes when I'm trying to look for answers in people, I can't find it, and it seems so like, oh, I need some energy, and so I go to God. Like, I talk to him. The way I pray, you would think I'm talking to somebody else. Like, all right, G.O.D., so look, I'm going through something. I don't know what's going on today. I'm a little irritated. Like, I talk to him like he's right, because he's real, right? And when I do that,
All the way real.
then I get messages from family or friends or a stranger, and then things start just 2 weeks ago, I didn't know I was going to have all these all these events happening. And then I had a moment with him, talked to him like, I need to talk to you real quick. And then boom, I was like, oh, all right, ask and I shall receive. Got it.
He is good.
Yeah,
What you
he is the
listen
ball.
to? What's your playlist?
Name the people, because girl, her music, I'm like, who is these
Everybody.
people? Pop to the day she died. She love pop.
You like pop music?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I would be like, let's go to, 92 point. She like, no, let's go to somewhere else. I'm like, all right. And then you hear like this lady
So
sing.
I like jazz. I like a lot.
Oh, a lot.
She listen to
She's
jazz
a
music?
jazz fan.
We listened to
She's-
jazz music yesterday. I turned the volume all the way up to everything in the house.
Yeah, she tells me, Mommy, can you
Everywhere.
hear it? I don't think I can hear it. Let's go through yesterday. I was like, okay, we're gonna listen to jazz. We doesn't go into the jazz, the people that create it. It's more just the music. But I know she would love to go to like a museum or to learn the
Ooh.
history of it. But she is
So
a
when
jazz
you
Because
fan.
I want to redecorate my room into a jazz thing.
To jazz.
Mm-hmm.
That is lit. I want to help you decorate. And I want to ask a question. Do you listen to music when you paint?
Yes.
Okay, is it jazz?
Yes.
Oh, so you listen to jazz when you paint?
Yeah.
And it's so therapeutic because I'll come in like,
I need to get
okay,
my
What's
life
the,
together.
what's the dude's name that paints trees?
Bob
Oh, that
Ross.
is
Yeah, I
lit.
feel like Bob Ross.
Bob Ross.
She's like, no, I'm serious.
I feel like Bob Ross. No, so you have to see her. She be in her zone.
It,
When I come in,
it
she
tickle
goes,
you, don't it?
don't. I'm like, oh, I can't come in here. I'm not. I'm in my, okay.
Ooh.
The jazz will go throughout the house. It's just so like, girl, you're teaching me something.
You
Hold
be
on.
probably cracking up.
Listen,
like, all of this inside.
I
probably
laugh a
feel
lot. I
Like,
cry a lot. Because I'm like, who are you? Pretty being? Like, who? What is this?
do I look
She's-
like I cry a lot?
I don't know. Do you?
Maybe.
Like, I'm going to say, ask her. She just feels.
I'll be in the house like, what am I doing? This VMix. What is VMix? I don't know. He like, yo, shut up. He be
It's
like,
alright.
get yourself together.
But that's how it is, right? One minute be like, yes. Another minute be like, why are we doing it?
Like,
Next
what
minute
is
be
the-
like, thank you.
Yeah, right.
If you ain't going through the up and down, you ain't doing it right. That's it.
All right,
That's
good to
it.
know. Good to know. Good to know. What do you want us to know before we cut it off? Like, what is your political stance? How you feel about this? Baltimore. We know you love Baltimore.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the music scene lit? We know the art scene lit. We lit, okay?
Yeah.
So, what's your stance on? What do you think we need more of? What's the good in Brooklyn that you can probably bring to be more from Brooklyn or?
The grind. I see people grind right here. I'm not saying they grind less, but I see more talkers, and they think visual artists is just people that have an idea, and I need more people, and I'm talking about people on my social networking platform that I see. You need to grind more. You want to change, you have to be the change that you need to see.
Period.
And it trips me out how much, and rest in peace to Elijah Cummings, right? Have
rest
a
in
moment
peace
of
to
a
Elijah
moment to
Cummings.
him. He definitely did something great for the community. However, people see that as a downfall, and for me, that's an opportunity. He put his footprints. He did his legacy. Now, what are we gonna do about it? Are we gonna sulk? Oh, we lost another person. Woe is me. Or are we gonna be like, I watched him. I actually followed him. I know what he's about. I know what my city needs because I experienced this. Let me step up to the plate. And if you're too afraid to do it, then talk to somebody that can
Gather
help
up
you.
the people, right.
Because we're doing too much talking and too much complaining.
Oh, say it again, Diane. I was telling my
seriously.
family members that.
Start grinding and stop complaining of the people we are losing. We're not losing anything. We're gaining. And when somebody leaves, that's his time. That's not all lost. That means it's your time to step up. And I see many people go, yeah, you can be the leader. You can be the leader. We can be the leader. What is going on
up
here?
with people that don't want to
The fear.
lead?
The fear of not knowing what success tastes like. Because of what they're product of their environment. It looks good. Your successful looks way better than what I can ever be. You can do it. But I'll sit here and watch and like your stuff and share it. I can never be in your shoes though. Until we start breaking those barriers and go, no, you great like me, sis. You great like me, king. We're going to do this together. And if you don't know how to, I know somebody that's going to teach you. Because we need to rise together. That whole, we can get further together rather than by yourself is so true. So true. So I'm just real simple. Just grind hard. Take those words and make it mean something to you. Like, you have a story. People know about Baltimore, good and bad. On camera is mainly bad. You tired of it? Stop complaining. put your big adult drawers on, and let's make this happen.
Pretty
You don't know
much.
how to? Hit me up. This is
me
what
up.
I'm here for.
That's what we
You
here
know,
for.
definitely
Yes.
helping people. So, yeah, that's what I do. I don't just life coach. I mentor. I'm an advisor. I help you get through some things, and I'm all about the community. Sometimes people think it's money first. That comes.
It
That
comes because y'all. Anybody know I don't charge
Listen.
much, and they be like, no, let me get on it.
Yeah.
It comes.
Yeah, it's heart first, but then you let people know with this heart comes boundaries, so you're gonna respect my
Eventually,
shit because I'm sensitive.
It's a process.
Yeah.
It's like you said.
Yeah, it is a process.
I'm
It
lucky
really
to
is.
have a mom like her, 'cause I could just walk up to her and be like, hey, want to be my life coach today?
We got a life coach today. Okay. She is crazy. She crazy.
All right, I like you too. I like y'all. Shout out to the House of Diamonds. I really appreciate y'all. I really do. Like, Miss Sonia run into a lot of people that is so lit. And I was just like,
'Cause she lit,
and she been
lit,
thinking
lit.
like, "Lee, I just want to do this with you. Like, and I feel like, you know, a lot of other people might not want to do it or don't act like they interested. And I was like, oh, absolutely, bring it.
Yeah.
Come
yeah,
through.
I like it. She's
Come
transparent. She's real.
She
and
was right, baby.
she makes people accountable. And when you make somebody accountable, they ain't gonna like it.
Oh,
They gonna
right
like,
now, a couple
they
people
not
ain't
gonna
talking
care
to me.
for it, but then they're gonna see what's gonna happen afterwards and
Yep.
be like, oh, yeah, I have to love you hard, sis or bro, because you need to see how
Absolutely.
it's supposed to be, you know. So, yeah,
Absolutely.
most definitely.
So, do you vote?
Honestly, I didn't vote last year.
Are you gonna vote this year?
I think so. And the reason why people say it's important to vote, it's important to do this, it's important to do that, and then there's things down the line that says, but our votes don't matter and blah blah. The reason why I'm not so political is because I don't think it's made for people like us. I don't feel like there's not enough people that's walking. They talk a lot more. So until I see more people walking, then I'll do something about it as far as voting. But other than that, I'm in it. I'm in the community. I'm doing it in and out. And people that's not voting don't feel like it's a difference to be made because they're not making a difference. So I'll vote because I want to teach her something. But if you talk about personal feelings, I'm more of like, nah, get your ass up and be a leader.
Well,
Why
for
do you
criminal
have to vote for
justice
one?
background since high school and me studying terrorism and studying terrorists
Mm-hmm.
and getting this information from high school to college and doing term papers on when policing actually was created, when policemen was created. Like, just knowing the ins and out, I would not vote. But I vote because we couldn't vote. That's the only reason why I vote. I vote because we couldn't vote.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To me, that's something that the only reason why I vote. I'm just gonna be fair with y'all. I can't. I be asking y'all to try and be neutral on it. That's how I feel. I wouldn't vote neither.
Yeah.
But I have to vote because for some reason they took the vote. We couldn't vote for some reason. But now that we can vote, I think I'm like,
I feel
all
like
right,
anything
here,
they
take
give
this
us
thing.
has a hidden agenda.
I agree.
So, we can vote. Here's our underlying. All your votes
I
are
agree.
counted. We give you a day, Martin Luther King, just to have you just be quiet a little bit. We do this. This person passed away. We give him a name on the street we calm it down. Then we throw a distraction in your way so you can forget and be satisfied for what give you. So anything that's giving to us as if it's a reward, like this wasn't ours already, makes me feel like, oh, you will always have a hidden agenda. So I would never be happy that we're finally get to do something. You're celebrating Black people. Thank you. No, we should have been not celebrated, but this is us. This is how we've been.
Diana,
so
you
don't
hit
treat
it.
us like a reward.
You hit it on the nose. It's a
Yeah.
lot of talkers.
Yeah.
It's a lot of talkers.
So when people talk to me about political stuff, I'm quick to hit them with a
I love
spiritual.
it.
Like, we're not going to do this, bruh.
So we'll close this out with something spiritual. But before you do that, I want to, if you want to do a piece, a poet piece, or a speaking piece, whatever.
I can definitely.
But let me get some shout outs. Shout outs to Diamond K. BMAs is December the 7th. Shout out to the VMix. I'm hosting the Ugly Sweater Brunch. It's a Ugly Sweater Brunch event coming up with DJ Twiz and Alec McLaurin. He's an imitator for Mr. Brown. Impersonator, for Mr. Brown. I will be there hosting. Get your tickets now. It's on Eventbrite. Go to DJ Twiz page, or you can go on Facebook. We have an actual event, or go to Eventbrite. You can actually Google it. It'll pop right up. Get your tickets now if you want to get familiar with how I host and how I get DM. We're going to have a good time. I'm definitely trying to find a cute, ugly sweater. I want to wear a cute, ugly sweater.
What? That's not.
Exactly. Carter said, really, me? Yes. So I want y'all to wear y'all ugly sweaters, okay? I'm wearing a cute ugly sweater, okay?
Oh, okay, cheating.
I'm cheating, right? So get familiar with your girl, Miss V, on December the 21st. Also, I won't be here next Saturday. I'm working. Like, when I'm not on a show, I am gathering some things for the things that I need to drop in 2020. I don't think y'all understand. Right. That's 2 months
and when it comes
away.
It's going to be rolling out.
It's going to roll out. Do you know 2020 is 2 months away?
Listen, if you talk to my 1993 self, I would have never thought it.
Yo, me neither. Oh my God. So I'm really planning some things for 2020. I don't think y'all understand. I'm dropping a couple things in 2020. Get familiar with Miss V, host of the VMix radio show. I'm dropping some things in 2020 gonna be lit for me. Well, it's gonna be lit for all of us because I can't do this without y'all, okay? I appreciate y'all tuning in and wanting to be a part of the VMix. I have created this platform for us. When I started on the scene, it was about music. Music is a soundtrack, so that's why you need to get familiar with music. I'm not saying that, but it was the story. It was the I Survived. It was the story behind the soundtrack. So it was the whys and the hows and entrepreneurship and community. I want to build that back. Yeah. We need each other. Yes. You know, I'm tired of y'all can't compete. You compete, you lose. You can't compete. You can't compete with nobody. I'm unique. Diana's unique.
Stop hiding information.
You know, like stop hiding information. You can't compete with VMix. Yeah. You can't. I can't compete with Diana. I will lose every time. You get what I'm saying? Am I making 620?
Yeah.
Get me together. Like my power is V.
Come on, with your spiritual message.
You get me? Like
Come on.
I don't get people. People get it. That's why we ain't moving forward. Y'all got this shit fucked up. Y'all got it messed up. Until y'all stop competing. We can win. If y'all stop competing, I'll never be y'all. But please get familiar with my soundtrack of the artists that been to the VMix radio show. They on the VMix.com. My first mixtape came out in March. The second one came out in September. I'm planning another one, of course. So if you would like to be a guest on the VMix radio show, please hit me up. If you would like to be a guest on the VMix radio show, hit me up. I'm running a special right now for $35.
Let's go. And that's only $35.
Only $35. Like nobody would be like, only $35. So come through, get familiar with the network. You owe you. Okay?
Girl.
You gotta take advantage of your resources, okay? You gotta take advantage of the people. People are doors. You're gonna close some of them doors. You're gonna open some of them, okay? So it's okay. Some people I came in the game with, I ain't still with. Some people I gained, some people I'm still with. So shout outs to all of you. Thank you. I appreciate all of you.
Listen.
But next year, stay tuned. I got a lot of things in store. This year, get familiar with the Go Room. They're having an event on 10/26. It's a pussy party on 10/26. Excuse me, it's really called that. This Velvet Universe, she is doing an event for the ladies where she's talking about healthcare. It's her 1 or 2 year anniversary. I want to say, I think it might be a year anniversary. It might be 2. I don't know, but we're going to find out. But it's on 10/26, 7:30 to 9:30. So get familiar with my girl, Yawnyverse, Velvet Yawnyverse. That's what I should say. Trap Flower, Miss Vanessa. I call her Miss V. Get familiar with Miss Vanessa. 10/26. So 10/26, I'm gonna be out here. Okay, I'm gonna be out. That's why I said I got so much going on. So I won't be here, but I will be back. If I don't be back on the 2nd of November, I won't be back until like the 23rd. I'm planning a lot of surprise things for November because I have Scorpio parents. So I have some things I'm doing in November. So you might not catch me on this scene, but I'm coming live. I got something set up that I'm going to start doing very soon. So when I'm not in the studio on Radio on Fire, you still can get something from me, okay? So stay tuned in November to get something new, okay? But just get familiar with the House of Diamonds. They're lit. They 1048 Brantley Avenue. This is off the dome, Diana. You
Come
see
on,
this?
let's go.
You heard me.
Let's go.
This is off the dome. You know what I'm saying? Okay, BMAs, like I said, is December the 7th. I hope I'm not forgetting anybody. Shout out to Amira's Lighthouse. Get familiar. I'm brand ambassador for eyelashes for Miss Amira's Lighthouse. Information, again, is on my website. Go to thevmix.com. Am I forgetting anybody?
I don't know.
Shout outs to Flair Dance and Modeling Studio. Located 5600. They're looking for dancers. Ages, I want to say 4 and up. So any of you ladies or gentlemen, I know she takes little guys as well, but I want to say I think she takes boys as well. But if you want your children into dance, get familiar with Flair Dance and Modeling Studio, located 5600 Baltimore National Pike.
Girl, he did that.
You want to shout somebody out too, don't you?
Got
some shout
out.
To me.
Oh, okay. Shout out to Carmen the Great. Shout out to my daughter,
Carmen the
definitely.
Great,
Shout out to V. Definitely check out what she got going on.
Thank
That's
you.
dope. Definitely want to shout out to House of Diamonds always.
And
shout
yourself.
out. Oh, and to myself. Shout out to me. Shout out to me. Shout out to Raw Poach Production. Shout out to Keish the Lioness. Shout out to Nisha. He's a barber out there. He's amazing. Shout out to just a lot of people. The whole family at HOD. All you guys. Just a whole list. Shout out to people in Brooklyn. I can't wait to meet up with y'all next year. We definitely gonna make it big.
I'm going.
So it's us. Man,
I'm going live at Brooklyn.
It's crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
People think I'm from New York, right?
You have that accent, which is
Yo,
crazy.
people really think I'm from New York. I be like,
How
it's
deep?
cool, but be more.
People all day.
I'm
trying
be
to
more.
be more.
And then when I start saying yo or two or ooh, boo, you know what I'm saying? They be like,
Yeah.
oh, all right, she bought some.
All right, you get a pass.
Yeah, right. But do you think I give a New York vibe?
You do. When you first talk, I was like, where is she from?
I
And it's shit because
experience-
you have a colorful personality.
I experience a lot of diversity in Baltimore. I experience not fitting in, being like, okay, I don't like her or her. I have eczema. Oh my God. I don't know what I'm doing. All this
Yeah.
hair, they don't have that much.
Yeah.
Oh, where am I at? Am I pretty? Oh my God, I'm not that pretty. Okay, I am today. Damn, my eczema broke out yesterday.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I have, but my family is colorful. I have dark skinned family members, brown skin, light skin. We are beautiful. I have very, very strong women in my family.
that's right.
I have kings in my family.
I know
so
that's right.
it's like my family is very. My mother get a shit. Shout out to Big V. Mwah. You know, we used to go. We cat each other like. I'm like, all right, I'm giving some space. But mom, where you at? Like, that's my baby. All right, I don't want her to know that's my baby though.
Okay.
She's spoiled. All right, but anyway, like, my family is the shit. You get what I'm saying? Like,
That's
I come
what's
from good
up.
stock.
Yeah.
But I had a lot of diversity. I was a tomboy because I was fearful of my truth.
Yeah.
I knew that I was supposed to be doing something and I didn't want to do it. Yeah. I was fighting. I was aggressive because I was insecure. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I survived, baby.
Yeah,
Thank
come
you so much
on.
for my copy.
Yeah.
Get familiar with Diana. We're going to close the show. They're doing shout out to the race today, even though it keeps us
Baltimore's marathon.
tardy.
Yeah.
Thank you for blocking the street talk today.
Yeah.
But anything you need to say? Just shout out to yourself. You don't got no boyfriend?
No.
She said no, V.
Listen, she's
Look at
serious
her
about that.
face.
Because I
I'm
asked the same
sorry.
question. She's like, oh. But I could definitely I
Very
can close
good.
it with a poem if you want me to.
Yes, I do.
All right, we're gonna do the I Survive poem, right? Because whoever's watching, I need participation. So y'all gonna say this with me, cool? All right,
Cool.
Even you, V.
Okay.
All right, I'll let you know.
All right.
I survived every time I closed my eyes. Every time I stand in front of eyes that don't. Every time I stand in front of eyes that don't see me by surprise. I survived stepping on broken glass. Shattered pieces of me underneath my feet, causing my conscience to reminisce on my past. And as I stepped, pain became too painful to see, till I realized pain is just happiness that bled streaks of broken peace. I survived having broken peace, tainted memories of drowning souls at sea, gulping salty waters while people are sipping on their champagne as they sink. I survived many of my dreams, being strapped to the demon's back as he sings, I'm killing you softly. As I sink to the bottom of myself, I watch how the demons took me to hell, cut off my legs so I couldn't run, so I try to claw my way out and realize they burnt off my nails. Have you ever woken from a nightmare and no one was there to help? I survived having no help. My heartbeat was strumming so loudly, I tried to cut my inner child out so she could run from myself. I survived every depression, every stress. I survived every fairy tale that was put to the test. See, I'm a survivor and so are you. So you're going to say this with me, okay? Ready? I survived
I survived.
because you are true. I survived.
I survived.
I'm only surviving through you. I survived.
I survived.
I don't got to know your life. I survived.
I survived.
I just want you to be all right. I survived.
I survived.
Indeed you have. I survive.
I
I
survived.
survived.
From one heart to another. I'm so glad to call y'all survivors. And peace. I had to revise that. My brain was going blank.
Oh, that's so cute.
But I had to revise
Thank
that.
you, Queen.
Thanks,
Thank
no
you,
problem,
Queen.
love.
Again, get familiar with your girl, Miss V, host of the VMix radio show. We're about to close out anytime soon.
Woo,
Where's Sonic A?
I don't know, but we here rocking.
I know.
Oh, he right there.
Like, where's he at? We closing
But you
out.
could definitely-
But get familiar with your girl, Diana. She is lit, as you can see. She's a poet, a dancer, now a new author, a motivational speaker, a life coach. She has some awesome events coming up. What's the most recent one? You got something tomorrow, right?
Yeah, tomorrow. I'll be at Hyattsville Poet Life Academy. Just definitely supporting out Poet Life Academy and Orville, the poet. We are fighting cancer with poetry. So meet us out there. Hit me up on IEYE_survive_ for more details.
And get the book.
And get this book. It's $15.
Only $15.
Only 15. Get this book and get this healing with me. All right, y'all?
Thank you so much for
No
my
problem.
copy.
Thank you, my
I
love.
really appreciate it. All right, get familiar, girls and guys and gents. Happy birthday to all the Libras down, right? This was the business.
It's October, I think so.
That's Scorpio, Libra. Shout out to
Listen,
you
somewhere
all.
around here.
Somewhere around here. We out, y'all.
Peace.
TheVMix.com.
Give me hugs, girl.
That was good. Did you enjoy it? You got to say everything you needed to say?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, good. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Good.
She was like this.